What an incredible morning. There's Kimber. She was just rolling around out there. She's just enjoying the sun. The weather today is unbelievable. So before I start for the day, just wanted to try and show just how beautiful it is out here today. It's warm, the sun is bright, the sky is blue. The grass isn't green, but it sure feels like it should be. We are going into fall. Everybody's down here for their morning grub. Let's see how many sheep we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is correct. 6 horses outside. Like even the ducks have come over and they want to get some. Bo and Andre over there. There's Maverick behind them. Everybody wants to get breakfast. Here comes Kong. He must have had an itch. Hello, Kong. Yeah, the roosters are letting us know what time it is. It's morning. Although, kind of a myth. They do that all hours of the day and many hours of darkness as well. They'll do that. Not all hours of darkness, just many. Still can't really get close to that filly yet. She's still very timid. But Bucky and Monty were out here dancing earlier, right about over here. Someday I've got to get that on video too. They play with each other, they kind of play fight, and it looks like they're dancing. But it's kind of like a horse challenge. So anyway, absolutely gorgeous out today. Lots to do, so I'm gonna get started. So I'm about half done with the feeding. At least I've gotten the coop section done. I've still got to do water over there, but the feeding part's good. And I was coming over toward the horse barn to take care of these guys. And I spotted Rebel. Rebel just laying down in the field here waiting for me to bring out some grain for them. I guess he's enjoying the sun right now. It is ridiculous beautiful. I mean, this is like short sleeves and it's just so comfortable and beautiful. Nice cool breeze. There's Sunny coming up behind me here. We got to get all those seeds out of her mane. It's ridiculous. There's so many of them. Well, I guess I'll continue. So yeah, fillies over here too. Bucky's always not far behind. So everybody's eating. There's not a single animal on the farm right now who hasn't had a good breakfast or is in the process of having a good breakfast. Every single one of them. I do have another project to do here in the barn. Andre, the male goat who's up right there, has been headbutting his stall door to try and get in here. And cracked that piece of wood right there, and this whole thing is loose. Let me see if I can show you on the inside. See, this wall piece is loose, and this 2x4 is cracked all the way right there. So what I'm thinking of doing is finding another 2x4 and running it underneath this one, taking that piece that broke off and screwing it back where it belongs, screwing every single one of these planks to that 2x4. That'll solidify the door. And then there's some fasteners on the inside here between this board and the wall. So I'm going to need to take those off so I can get this wall back flush where it's supposed to be and anchor it to this 2x4, which is in the concrete, so that when he does headbutt this, the strength of the door being held by the strength of the new attached wall, it should discourage him because he won't be able to do anything. He'll just get a headache instead of having all that play in the door like a spring. It's probably fun for him, but we'll see what we can do with that. Right, Andre? You pain in my butt? Yeah. He's had his breakfast over here. Right there. He's left some. That's okay. Anyway, that's one of the things I still need to do. There's so many more, but I think this one is important because if he breaks through there, then my door is going to be broken. So we'll see what I've got to fix that, and I'll get that going, I guess. Okay, I've come over to the tobacco barn and I grabbed one of the old 2x4 pieces that I'm going to use to fix that door inside the horse barn. And I figured I'd go ahead and take care of the animals' hay before I go start doing that. And what I've got to do, this is my last 2 rolls I have on hand now. We're getting more probably next week. These will last long after that, but I'm trying to get the hay off of a roll that's so close to another one. It's pretty hard. It's easier when you can unwrap all the way around for a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Xterra and steel cable, because we don't have a tractor yet, but we will at some point. What I'll do is I'll just bring the Xterra in here, run the steel cable across the top, pull it back. It'll flip it one way. I'll put it over again, pull back, and it'll flip it up on its, this side will be on the ground over here somewhere. So I'll be able to get all the way around it. It'll be easier to get the hay off of it, which also makes it much faster. Since I've got to bring hay to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places, and that's 6 fill-ups, 1 fill-up for each stop. It takes some time, so any little bit of time you can save is actually a good thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this roll and go ahead and do the hay, and then we can get started on that door. Well, it's the next day, and you can see the hay roll here is moved. I used the Xterra, just like I said. I do use the mower. I fill up that trailer to bring it around to where I need to bring it. I'm thinking of building something to put on top of here so I can actually carry more hay than what this little bucket will carry. But it kind of does its job. Anyway, I didn't get to fix that door in the barn because the missus came out and she actually wanted to build some hay feeders, one in the barn and one in the chicken coop, where we do have goats. So we did that instead, and for quite a bit of the time we were actually out here in the tobacco barn talking about our options for the space in here. So the plans for this tobacco barn is developing. She would like to have one of these sections between the uprights, you know, portioned off for a milking station, which I think is a great idea. It would be right up against the cow stall with a gate, so the cow could be brought from the cow stall into the milking stall, milked, washed, milked. We do have water just outside that wall right there, and I can run lines under the ground into here and put in like a sink or something over here. So we can wash the teats and make sure everything's nice and clean, do the milking, and then put the cow right back into the cow stall. Should be very efficient. I kind of like the idea. So right now I've finished the first part of feeding today. Everybody's got grain. So we've got one hay bale left here. I believe at this point this week we're gonna probably have some delivered. So what I want to do is, you can see where this board is broken, there was a 2x4 crossed under this 2x4 here. I've got to take all those 2x4s down so that the hay rolls can be put too high. The tractor even hits those 2x4s when it's coming in. So all these lower ones in this stall need to be removed so that we can utilize the whole space all the way back to that door. And we can pack this stall with hay from one side to the other too high. That'll give us more than enough hay for a whole winter, even if we had 2 or 3 times the animals we have. I'm pretty sure that's going to be, yeah, that should be plenty of hay. Anyway, I'm going to go back to feeding today. I do work the weekends, overnights, and today, at this recording being Friday, this is my work day where I start for the weekend. So this video may be a little bit short and not a whole lot of subject matter, but it is an update of what we're doing. I will get a little bit of video of the hay feeders that we built. So hang on, and we'll go over there and we'll show you the hay feeders. Okay, so in the barn, this is what we built. Just using half a cattle panel, attaching it to the wall, secured, and then kind of arching it around and attaching it to the wall on this side. And then we packed it down with about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days worth of hay at least. You can see they've already nibbled through in all the squares. This should keep them busy for a long time and should keep them from wasting so much of it, because if you see, this whole floor is just wasted hay, because once they step on it, they don't want to eat it anymore. They'll step on it, they'll use it as a bathroom, and then they don't want to eat it anymore. So this will keep it off the floor. They won't be able to step on it, they won't be able to poop or pee on it, and they'll be able to nibble on this for days. So once we've got it full and packed, we don't got to worry about hay for this section for 4 or 5 days. Just keep an eye on it, make sure that they can still get to it, and that's about it. In here, this is where we have the little guys, and I just gave them a big pile of hay there. It's a lot bigger than it looks. It's 3 little guys, so they're eating their food. The guys out here, actually, this is Kong and Copper. Kong is a male, Copper's a female. They've got this whole rack. When all 5 of them are out here, this will still last 4 days when it's packed. But these two will just be nibbling on it for a few days until those little guys are back to optimum health, which should only take about a day. Anyway, let's go over to the coop and see what we got over there. Okay, so over at the coop, let's see what we've got here. We've done the same thing as the barn, only in the coop room. For the front of the coop, we've done the same thing, cattle panel, rode along the wall, packed it full of hay. Looks like they've eaten a little bit more than the ones at the barn, but then again, there's 4 of them in here and only 2 at the barn. So that would make a little bit of sense. Packed it down with a few days worth of hay and then just leave it for them to eat and keep on checking on it. Packing it down when it gets too loose for them. And that's about it. We've got a hay feeder for days and we don't have to really worry about them having food all the time. So they've always got something to munch on. And that's good. And they've got water inside. All of them have water inside, so when it's raining, they'll have dry food and water. They won't have to go outside and get wet, because goats hate getting wet. Anyway, we'll catch you on the next video.